Criminal Minds is a series that takes viewers into the shadowy world of abnormal psychology, and it's time to share information about 8 of the show's most depraved killers. What drives society's morbid fascination with these types of people? Well, to those with consciences, the sociopathic and psychopathic are very hard to understand. Those who can do the worst without remorse seem inhuman. So, Criminal Minds profilers, including Spencer Reid, played by Matthew Gray Gubler, try to burrow into their minds. They attempt to slip into their skins in order to catch them before they kill again. Criminal Minds has been on the air since 2005, and the twisted killers featured below are the worst of the worst. Dr. Stanley Howard. Michael O'Keefe. Stanley is insane in such a brutal and disheartening way. He's intensely sadistic, a man who poses as a helper. When Ted Bundy hunted for victims, he'd wear a fake cast to appear vulnerable. He'd ask young women for help, and the nicer ones would agree. All died but one, who managed to escape. So, he finds those who are hurting, and then he tells them he's going to kill their pain, but instead, he drags them down a rabbit hole, into a dark place filled with terror. Then, he ends their lives. The worst fears they have, he exploits. Most people don't revel in the pain of others. However, psychopaths are emotionally stunted. Their hollow centers make it impossible for them to feel love. Guilt is as alien as joy. So, they fill up the empty spaces with sick games. In Criminal Minds Season 3, Episode 3, Stanley shows ruthlessness that's truly appalling. Michael O'Keefe plays the doctor, who's a psychiatrist. He uses his education to find the most needy and frightened people and prey on them. He knows the signs, he knows how to hurt them more than they've ever been hurt before. They trust him, seeing him as a potential healer in their lives. And then he shows them what horror really means. His misdeeds were featured in an episode called Scared to Death. In Portland, he tortured and killed victims with specific anxiety disorders, and the crimes weren't sexual. This sort of ice-cold approach to terrifying and murdering others makes him particularly repugnant and scary. 7. John Curtis. Mark Hamill. John Curtis in Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds Season 8 star John Curtis is better known as the Replicator. He's an angry man who was formerly an FBI special agent. He has a chip on his shoulder, believing that he's never gotten the praise that he deserves. This baked-in bitterness is the catalyst for an array of bizarre mind games and murders. Is it jarring to see Star Wars Luke Skywalker in a serial killer guise, really leaning into the dark side? Sure, and that's probably exactly why he was cast. Was Mark convincing in this role? Yes, he actually was. He showed range that might surprise some people who haven't tuned into his Criminal Minds episodes. Imagine being poisoned with a glass of wine out on the street after being kidnapped. That's the kind of punishment that the Replicator doles out. Such is the fearsome menace of John, who has killed people in so many diabolical ways. He will stalk, hack, and murder. He will taunt his enemies while he does it. 6. Benjamin Cyrus. Luke Perry. Beverly Hills 90210 star Luke Perry had a clean-cut image, just like Mark Hamill does, but Luke broke away from typecasting when he got the role of Benjamin Cyrus in Criminal Minds Season 4, Episode 3, which is called Minimal Loss. He played a character reminiscent of cult leader David Koresh, who ended up in a deadly standoff with the ATF, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, after barricading himself in a compound with his devotees. On that terrible day, 4 ATF agents lost their lives, as well as 76 Branch Davidians. What did Benjamin do? Well, he created a situation where he controlled the minds of followers, just like David did. The Criminal Minds character rationalized his evil the way that real-life psychopaths always do. In their view, people who are gullible enough to believe in them deserve what they get. It's a dog-eat-dog mentality that has led to untold suffering on Criminal Minds, and out in the world. He said, "No one had to follow. God could have stopped me." His past is checkered, possibly leading him to store up rage. He used to be part of a libertarian commune, La Plata, but he was exiled due to allegations that he molested children. So, he went his own way, but he eventually returned. He rebranded the community as the Separatarian sect.